Chris, congratulations. What was the key to that victory tonight for you?
Consistency. Just keeping doing what we're doing throughout the whole of the season. Just continuing to build and get better as a side and better as a team, and that's what we do.
You're definitely building and getting better. There's no question about that. You're up to 5th place now. I mean, in terms of a start, showing that tonight as well here at Leicester, a local rival, it really feels like you're onto something this season.
Look, yeah, I mean, as you say, it's only a start. There's a long way to go in the season. It's all about accumulating as many points as possible, as quick as possible. There's only 3 points on offer, and we come and try and take all of them. So it's a fantastic night for the boys, done extremely well, and we keep going.
Fantastic night for you as well, 2 goals.
Yeah, not too bad. Obviously, the team worked exceptionally hard to put the ball in the box, and you just got to be there to hopefully take them. And as I say, Yates, he took his goal unbelievable in the first half as well.
How confident are you feeling though? I mean, it's 7 goals for the season now, and since Nuno took over at Nottingham Forest, I think there's only Cole Palmer and Erling Haaland who scored more Premier League goals than you. You must be right on top of your game in the way that you feel.
Look, yeah, I feel good. I mean, it's all down to the team. I mean, they supply me with a lot of chances and things like that, and I have to be ready to put them away. But if it wasn't for the teammates, I'm not one that's going to beat 4 players and stick them in the top corner. So I rely on the service of my teammates, and they just keep delivering for me, which is great. And I just got to keep trying to stick it away for them.
Yeah, long may it continue. How's the foot? You came off of a bit of a knock. What's happened?
Yeah, I mean, you just stood on my foot, and it's one of those. Hopefully, it should be all right. It's got another week to go.
Nothing serious?
No, nothing too bad.
Won't bruise your night then. Fantastic.
Definitely not.
Thank you, Chris.
Yes.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, they've had a terrific run, Nottingham Forest, and so too has Chris Wood, albeit he was helped by Leicester City tonight, but 18 goals under Nuno. I mean, from a managerial point of view, what on earth has Nuno done with Chris Wood?
Well, that's a $64,000 question, really. It's a great run for him. Funny enough, when you start to get on a little bit of a goal, you feel as if you're capable of scoring a goal. Now, the goal that he got, the second goal that he got, I wasn't sure that Chris Wood was capable of scoring that goal. But the very fact is, his confidence is so high at this minute. He's received the ball, and he's actually swiveled and scored a really great goal. As far, you know, a couple of years ago, I wouldn't have thought that.
Here's a man you know well.
Hello, young man. Okay? Honestly, great to see you.
Nice to see you, Ryan. Well done.
Really, really great.
Congratulations.
You can come here, come here. Yeah, no problem. We thought we'd bring you to the man who gave you your league debut, you see.
I owe everything to this man.
Do you?
Absolutely, yeah.
No, listen, I've got to tell you, Yates you were out on loan at the time, trying to get, and you were the best trainer we had. You and Watson, who was the same age as me at the time, and you, the youngest player.
Still couldn't get a start, could I? I didn't mean that, Ben.
Yeah, that is true, but you come into it, honestly, and you've deserved all the credit in the world. You really have done fantastic, really. Oh, and really great.
Thank you.
And considering a couple of things about it. Number one, I told the lads here, you are the top 5 in the country of getting free kicks for yourself. You're still magical about that one. There's no question about it. Absolutely no question. But you've got the heart the size of a lion, man, honestly, and it's really great. It's great for the family and great for you.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
Really appreciate it.
So what does it mean, as a boy who's come through the Forest ranks, to score your second Premier League goal in a fixture like this at a stadium like this?
Yeah, I'm thinking about the second one I missed from 5 yards out.
Well, we weren't going to mention that, and you brought it up.
No, I'm buzzing. I feel like I get in really good areas. Just wanted to hit it really well, and just buzzing it went in. Then obviously to concede 10 minutes later was disappointing, but I thought second half we came out and showed our real quality.
What's that feeling like though? Because we've all been talking about the local area. You know it better than anybody to come here and score against Leicester.
Yeah, it's class. I thought the atmosphere was really good. They started really lively. It made for a really entertaining game. I'm not sure what you guys thought, but
First time you've seen it?
Yeah, I'm happy with that, to be fair.
Is that all the O'Neill finishing techniques there now?
No, he's done it all himself.
No, it's class. And I just love showing that passion to the fans, and they certainly brought it back to us today.
Yeah, and they're still here, Dion, aren't they? These Forest fans who won't go home after that.
Very noisy. Well done, pal, by the way.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you like the responsibility of kind of being that man in the middle of the park? You've got the armband on right now. A lot of responsibility for you in the centre of the pitch.
Yeah, I love it. I feel like that's what you got to do. That's what Martin and Roy taught me. When I first broke into the first team, coming through the system, I know how much it means to wear the red shirt, same as you, Wes. And it's an absolute honour, and I just want to do it justice. I feel like the club's growing on and off the pitch, and we just got to keep pushing for more and more, and just keep progressing.
You've definitely done that, young man. Definitely done that, and your improvement is really, regardless of all the coaching that you get, the improvement that you've done in your game is entirely down to you. Your attitude is. If I could actually put this out to all the younger players to see the attitude that you have for the game, honestly, it is fantastic. First at training, last to leave as well, to always shooting, having training sessions, putting them up. In fact, actually boring us to death with them, really. You're terrific, man. Absolutely.
No,
I couldn't give you any higher praise.
It means a lot. Means a lot, thank you.
And what about the club as a whole at the moment? You're into the top 5 tonight, beaten just once this season. I mean, can you feel real momentum and confidence?
Yeah, we're certainly confident. We just know how difficult every single game is. Leicester have got some fantastic players. I thought in spells they were really dangerous. And yeah, I think Nuno's done a fantastic job, but I'd like to think this is just the beginning for us, and where we can progress. I feel like we can play so much better in many parts of our game, especially myself. I feel like there's so much room for improvement, especially on the goal scoring front. As you saw in the second half.
You can tell he's working with Roy Keane, by the way.
Right, did you change things in the second half? Because in the first half, Harry Winks had a lot of the ball.
Yeah.
And in the second half, he didn't seem to get as much. Was that spoken about at half-time?
Yeah, it was. They surprised us a little bit. They played a box in midfield, and we only had 2 of us. We weren't sure who to press their deep line midfielders. Obviously, very comfortable on the ball, both Pereira and Winks. So we got one of the wingers to come in at the right times, and we saw him to turn the ball over a few times and got him on fast attacks.
Changed the game, didn't it?
A little bit, yeah. I think all credit to the manager and the lads for implementing.
And you need a goal scorer. I mean, what about this fella Chris Wood at the moment?
Yeah. What do you want me to say? He's on absolute fire, and I just said inside, not only the goals, but what a top professional he is. Such a fantastic lad. The work he does off the ball, making it difficult for the opponents to play between lines and making play predictable for us in midfield is a dream. When you've got someone on the same wavelength out of possession, it's so nice to play with. He presses at the right time, and then we can jump and be aggressive, and yeah. And then there's his goals.
Absolutely. Before we let you go then, you brought it up. Do you want to see this miss or not?
No, thank you.
You don't want to see it? Okay.
See you later.
Here it is. Oh no, here it is. They're showing it.
Look at the spin on the ball though, look.
That's the pitch.
The bobble. There's a bobble.
Oh, Jesus. I'm just glad we won.
You played very well. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Brilliant, young man. Great to see you. Fantastic.
Congratulations, well done, Ryan.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Nottingham Forest captain
Keep it
Ryan
going.
Yates, and scorer of the first goal, and got his league debut from Martin O'Neill, live for you on Matchday Live on the road. Spoke very well as well.
Just confidence. Just a normal boy that wants to work hard, and he wants to earn the right to get his achievements. Martin,
That's exactly
knows him better than us.
Yeah.
If you work that hard, at some stage you are going to get some rewards for that. And he's not a big mouth. You don't hear about him doing interviews. He just gets on with his job. And now you can see his performance levels just gone through the roof.
He spoke very interesting and highly about Chris Wood, not just about his goals there, but all-round play. But as we've said, from a Leicester point of view, Dion, he was really helped tonight. I mean, 172 seconds into the second half here.
Yeah, I don't know what Leicester were thinking. I mean, Harry Winks, that's probably the first bad pass he played all game, and then that was it. But they didn't really recover from this, Leicester. They were all running towards their own goal. Didn't get in. I mean, this is poor marking, this, isn't it, Wes?
Yeah, it's quite disappointing to be fair. And Winks, he was fantastic in the first half in terms of keeping possession. Loose pass there, which was very uncharacteristic. And from this point on, Leicester looked set in good positions. And the defender, Coley, just gave Wood 5 yards gap. And then when he's gone to close him down, I think you just need to use a bit more defending smarts and close him down on his strong foot and maybe get a block on the shot. And he just didn't do that.
And from a striker's point of view, I mean, Martin's just said he didn't think he had that in his locker. He seemed to try and talk us through this from start to finish. It was route one, wasn't it?
Yeah, yes. Again, disappointing. I think both defenders are on the front foot, but they're not on the front foot expecting the danger. And you can see the keeper's going to take a touch and clear it. You have to anticipate the ball going behind you. You know, you can't think, okay, we're set in a position, let's just stay here and it shouldn't come this way. You have to err on the side of danger. And Wood, he's anticipating the ball going over the top, and he's first to the ball, where the defenders are flat-footed, the square. They're looking at each other thinking, who's going to deal with it? No one deals with it. Wood sneaks in, and, you know, another fantastic finish.
Martin?
It's a desperate goal from Leicester's viewpoint. Really desperate goal. I mean, first of all, it's a clearance from a goalkeeper, and as Wes turned around and said that what has happened is that the two centre halves have pushed up. They're not fine, okay, they pushed up, but they're not concentrating at all on thinking that that ball might come back to them. They're thinking maybe the goalkeeper might take a touch. Lots of things might happen. The first thing that should be in their head is thinking negatively. Listen, he might just punt this ball about 50, 60 yards up the pitch. They're not thinking about it. They're not certainly. And I think Chris Wood has done brilliantly there between it, because he's read the situation. He thinks it's going to bounce, and he gets a little bit of luck, even so. But having said that, he's on such, as young Yates has said, he's on fire at this minute, and the ball bounces to him. He's headed beautifully into the net. But from Leicester's viewpoint, as Wes said, terrible, really terrible.
But for Chris Wood, as we mentioned, 18 goals now in the Premier League since Nuno arrived at Nottingham Forest, and that record is only bettered by Cole Palmer and one Erling Haaland. More than Foden, more than Isak, more than Watkins. So, as I say, that is his record under Nuno. So high time we heard from the winning manager. Here he is, the Nottingham Forest boss.
Nuno, I joked with Ryan Yates before we spoke to him about how maybe you should be in the stands every week, because another incredible performance from your players tonight.
Yeah, I think we did a good game. Good game, very, very stable, confident, solid. And then a lot of talent in front. Organisation was good. Delighted.
You talked about raising the bar in terms of performance and character. Raising the bar to the top 5 in the Premier League tonight, 5th place.
It's not the table. It's not about the table. What is more important is to see our fans enjoy and celebrate like they did today. They deserve. The table is not important. The important is how we do things, how we continue to progress. We see these players work every day. We demand them. We know that they can give more, and this is what we expect.
I know you talk about progress and the table isn't important, but fans will look at that table and they will think back to last season and the struggles you had just to stay in the Premier League.
Yeah, it was a tough season last season. More than anything, the technical, the tactical aspect is the bond that they have inside of the pitch. This is what's going to make us better.
Can we just have a word on Chris Wood? Because since you took over just 10 months ago, December last year, 3rd highest in the Premier League in terms of goal scorers.
Yeah, it's an amazing job from him. I think since we arrived, he's been very honest with us. He gives everything that he has to give in the pitch. It's not only the goals, the amazing goals that he scores, the hard work, the voice in the dressing room, how he leads us in front of the pitch. We are delighted, and we want to continue. Chris deserves these moments.
On the rest of the players, this team, what's the best bit about this group of players that you have, that you're working with right now?
I will repeat myself. It's the commitment. We as a group, we want to progress. We want to become better. We want to play good football. We want to make our fans enjoy, and they have it. They have it among them. We have to make it stronger so we can build on.
Do you feel the sky's the limit right now?
No, the limit now is the next training session that we have to prepare West Ham. It's going to be tough.
But you can enjoy, albeit you managers, you say you can only enjoy it for 10, 15 minutes or so. But do you let yourself your mind wander a little bit?
The 10 or 15 minutes is over already. So you know what I mean, Juliet? With all my respect, it's like this. It's how we work. We want to put everything that we have to give and improve these players.
Well, enjoy tonight. Thank you, Nuno.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's a big smile, isn't it, for Nuno? And understandably so. Really interesting to hear him say about the pre-season there, Martin. He obviously came in December with a job to do and keep Forest up, which he did. But he's worked with the players all pre-season, got a few of his signings in now as well, which he feels makes such a difference.
Exactly. It's like a double adventure for him in the sense that pre-season. He's got a chance to work with players, get to know them a lot better as well too. Sometimes when you're thrown into a situation, you're never exactly sure what your best side may be. You might not even after 3 or 4 months, but at least you get a chance then in pre-season to work with players, in a bit of sunshine, things like this here, get to know them, be in their environment on a day-to-day basis, particularly if you've taken them away for 10 or 12 days, some matches. So all of that there has worked in his favour, which is great, and it's something that managers really do want. If you had a choice, which you very seldom do in this game, but if you did have a choice, I think the choice is that you could go in at the start, or it's the start of pre-season, to get to know players. But as you say, they've added to the squad. I was nearly going to cynically say they've trimmed the squad down to 50 now at this minute. But,
but joking apart, they have a more settled look about the starting 11,
absolutely.
don't they?
They're strong defensively at this minute. There's a couple of big lads there playing at the back who can deal with anything in the air. And they've got a little bit of pace in their side, and they've got a little bit of technique. Honestly, it looks really well. I have to say that I'm surprised at how well the centre forward is doing, but it's great credit to him as well too, because as I said, he's got a few goals, and now he's adding, and he feels when he steps onto the pitch as if he's going to score a goal. That's a lovely thing for a centre forward.
Yeah, because when you look at the players that they're bringing on, Ewanehi, for instance, forward, Gibbs-White wasn't even there tonight, Ward-Prowse was an unused substitute. They've got a bit of depth about them, Forrest, haven't they?
Yeah, Danilo as well, got injured early on in the season. I think if they had the strongest team, who knows where they might be. The players who stepped in have done fantastic. What I like about this Forest side is they're very organised, they're well drilled, they're prepared not to necessarily have the most possession, but they'll soak up the pressure, and then they'll come into their own. So they'll ride the wave and they get better and stronger, and then in transitions they're fantastic with Hudson-Odoi and Elanga, and then when you got someone up top like Wood, he said in his interview he's not the type of player to take on 3-4 players and score. He relies on the service, and he's getting that service and he's scoring.
Certainly is. The other side of the story, though, is a very disappointing night, of course, for the Leicester boss against his former club. Here are the thoughts of Steve Cooper.
So many positives in the first half, but frustrating disappointment in the second.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's self-inflicted. There's no doubt about that, and it's on us, and we all have to take responsibility for how the game panned out. We've made some poor mistakes on the goals. There's no doubt about that, and we've been punished for it. I just think conceding so early on in the second half was obviously not a good thing, but there was still a lot of time for the game to settle again, and for us to carry on with some of the things that we were doing in the first half and improve and be the threat that we wanted to be. But then the third goal was just a real killer, and there was a lot of time left, but the game just became a little bit of a trying to get players on in certain positions and territory and all that sort of stuff, and they put defenders on, we try and put extra attackers on, and we just lose any sort of rhythm that we managed to get in the first half. We lose it completely, and because of the scoreline. So listen, it's on us. We have to take responsibility for it. It's a setback after obviously winning the few games coming into this. And like I say, we have to accept it. It's completely on us and me, and we've got punished for the poor giveaways that we did on the goals.
In a way, did those mistakes sort of lead to players maybe trying too hard to put it right in the second 45?
And that's my point with the third goal. So it was like I said, they were conceding so early in the second half was far from ideal, but I still felt okay. Let's recover again. We had some good control in the game, and painting some pictures at half time where we felt we could do even better, and yeah, maybe you're right. There was a little bit of, I wouldn't say panic, but probably a little bit of trying to put things right maybe too soon, rather than sticking to the plan and keeping going and believing that we would get the game to look like how we wanted to be. I mean, Forest they're a counter-attack team. They're really good with it. And we gifted them moments for them to show that, and obviously we tried to impose ourselves in the game, that we could get players up the pitch and we could try and pen them in, and the turnovers were what they were, and we got punished.
Is it a case of you've spoken to the players, what's kind of been their reaction? Because I was talking to Harry Winks, and he said that, you know, individual errors has ultimately cost the night, but it's sort of learning from that and applying what you're trying to do to the layers that you've already got here.
Yeah, listen, we know we're on this. You can't talk too much about it now, but we feel like we're in a good way and we're on a good path. But this is a setback. There's no doubt about that. And you know, especially in the local rivalry and all of that sort of things that we knew was on the game, and we really have to feel the hurt for the supporters and for ourselves, and take a chin and know that, you know, we fell short. But at the same,
this one will cause hurt, as he says, in the manner and the opposition was.
Yeah, with the what's at stake with the rivalry, and obviously both teams going into form, you know. You want to put something on for your fans, you know. You've seen the atmosphere today. We knew how much it meant to both set of fans. Whoever's going to come out on top is going to, you know, be hero-like. So, yeah, Steve obviously disappointed with probably the manner of the defeat. First half wasn't too bad. Second half, you know, individual errors. You spoke about maybe trying too hard to put things right. For me, you know, it's down to the mistakes. You know, if there was solider in how they went about the work, I think it might have been maybe not a severe result, but yeah, you know, it's going to hurt really, really bad, and they'll be looking for the next game to put it right.
Yeah, it's all about the response now for you, for Leicester, Dion.
Yeah, listen, first off, it was okay. I thought it was evenly matched, but it's just, you know, you cannot switch off at all. And, you know, they nullified Winks. They didn't have another way of playing, and Forest took over the game in the second half. They were much better in the second half, Forest, and they deserved to win.